Well, hello everyone and welcome back to another Theme Park Obsession video. My name is Dylan and thank you so much for tuning back into the channel. Today, we're gonna have a huge theme park update covering Six Flags, Knott, Universal, and Downtown Disney. We have a lot to get through. There's a lot going on at all these theme parks, and yeah, I'm gonna put all this in one big video, so make sure to grab a snack, make sure to grab a cup of coffee, or some juice or something, or maybe even a water, your drink of choice. And we're gonna check out all the new things happening this week at a lot of the SoCal theme parks. So how about you and I dive right in. Alrighty, let's start our journey at Six Flags Magic Mountain. It's a bit windy up here in Valencia, so I do apologize if it is a little, that. You can probably hear it. But yeah, let's head inside the park and see what's going on. And walking up to the front entrance, crews are working on the water slides at Hurricane Harbor, so that's really nice to see. Yeah, the water park will be opening soon. And look at this, right when we walk into the park, a new digital wait time board is now popped up. This is really cool. This is nice to see. Tells you all the wait times around the park. There's a couple things I'm noticing, like look at the new Revolution has the Riddler's Revenge photo, so they're still working on it. This is brand new, so we just got to give them some time to work out the little glitches and kinks. But nonetheless, the digital wait time board is a welcome addition. My goodness, yeah, they should have had this a long time ago. So, you know, shout out to Six Flags for doing things like this, because as a guest coming to the park, this is very important. And it's nice to have it right here in the front. Yeah, like I was saying in my previous Six Flags videos, the little improvements make the biggest difference. And I'm glad that they are doing this very quickly. And another good news, Tatsu is back open. The paint job has been complete. The waterfall's back on, by the way. Oh yeah, Tatsu is ready for those spring break crowds. And look at this. They brought the Six Flags bus here in the front of the park as a nice little photo op. That's awesome. Yeah, they've had this backstage for so long. I remember it over at the West Coast Racers area for a bit in the underground. Now it's back up here in the front. And you know what? Yeah, let's keep it up here. This is a fantastic photo op. And here's another wait time board over by Goliath. This one's not turned on just yet. Now, as far as the Wonder Woman Flight of Courage construction is concerned, not too much is happening when it comes to the footprint of the roller coaster. Really no new supports that I can see. Just a couple crews working on some groundwork. All the work right now, at least this week, is happening on the station. Scaffolding is up, and they're starting to build out what it looks to be some new theming for that building, because remember, they're reusing the Green Lantern building. So it's really exciting to see them really do some good work on the old Green Lantern station and kind of get some new life into it, because yeah, I mean, it's a good building. Why not reuse it? I'm glad they're going to be retheming that to the new Wonder Woman aesthetic. We've made it to the top of Samurai Summit. It's so nice to see Tatsu open again. It just went by, it flew on by. It's flying at the speed of fear. Oh, here it comes. Flying at the speed of fear. Whee! Getting ready to go and do its iconic pretzel loop. Oh yeah, that pretzel loop is very intense. We're working our way back down the hill over here by the barbecue restaurant. Look at this, another little set piece. That's really nice. They brought this out, have flowers on top of it. Wildflowers, 50 cents, look at that. Some theming on it and around. Yeah, see, this is exactly what I was talking about. We need more of this in the park, because even if people walk right past it like some of these people are doing, it's people like me and so many others that actually do see this and appreciate it, because it adds to the aesthetic of the overall setting. So you know what? Good job, Six Flags. You guys are doing a very good job with bringing some of the stuff out that you've already had. I mean, I'm sure this has been sitting in the back for a while. And look at this, even more bits of theming right outside the entrance of Tatsu. Taking the shortcut down the hill towards the front of the park, and we're able to access this again because Revolution is back open. The classic here at Six Flags Magic Mountain is once again taking riders for a spin around the mountain. Yeah, it's a good roller coaster. Not too shabby at all. And yeah, it's ready to go for your enjoyment. And here in the front entrance, the restroom is moving along really nicely. Crews are finishing up the stucco work. Yeah, this is moving along very, very quick. And with that, I think that's gonna finish up all the major things happening here at Six Flags Magic Mountain. So let's head over to Universal Studios next. Now, before we head over to Universal Studios to check up on the updates there, I want to let you guys know that I have a Patreon now to help support my journey here on YouTube. And it's only $5 a month. That's all I'm doing. I'm not adding any more tiers or anything like that. But over time, I will be adding perks. So what I'm gonna try to figure out is how to do live streams for Patreon folks. So for those that pledge the $5 a month, you'll get a live stream. And again, yeah, once I figure out more things on like how Patreon works, I'm still trying to figure this out. I pretty much just turned it on. The one-man show here, so bear with me. I also have some ideas for merchandise discounts for only you guys, and down the road I might have like a specialty Instagram or a secondary account that's only for you guys. So I'm gonna think of some perks that are easy for me to do just because I am the one-man show. But if you would love to support the channel even more, follow the link down below to the Patreon account. It's only $5. And yeah, you don't have to do it if you don't want to. But with that said, let's head over to Universal Studios and check up on the updates there. And just like that, we've officially made it to City Walk. We're gonna head in the park first and see what's going on inside the theme park, then make our way back out to City Walk, check up on Twosomes, and of course the Halloween Horror Nights maze that's being built in the surface lot at Curious George. Man, oh man, the spring break crowds are definitely here. It is very busy in the front of the park, so just keep that in mind if you are visiting in the next few weeks. People are taking the time off and enjoying spring break at all of the SoCal theme parks. And just to keep in mind, the Universal Express is actually a very good purchase on days like this because the lines do get very long and it is worth the price. Yeah, even here in the Universal Plaza, it is pretty busy. All the tables and chairs are pretty much used up. People enjoying lunchtime today at the park. And since I'm at the front of the park, I might as well mention that the feature presentation store will soon be turning into a Super Nintendo store in anticipation of the grand opening of Super Nintendo World, which is opening in 2023 next year. So we finally have an official opening year, not a date, but a year. So 2023, and maybe it might be early 2023, fingers crossed. And look at this, here in the Parisian Courtyard, another Halloween Horror Nights tent has popped up. This spot is being used again this year, which is nice to see. We don't know what this maze is going to be this year. There's definitely a lot of speculation online, but I'm sure it'll be something scary. Of course, at the moment, I cannot see any facade work. I'm sure that'll pop up in the next month or so, and we'll get a better idea, maybe some more clues as to what's going to be going here. Now here on French Street, it is very hard to see behind the hedges, but through the crack, I can see that they have laid out the particular layout of the haunted house, so that's nice to see. And yeah, I'm sure in the next couple of weeks, we're gonna see some vertical construction when it comes to the plywood walls. All right, let's take a look at Super Nintendo World at the lookout here. Always gotta be careful of the 80-foot drop. Always gotta be careful. Ooh, yeah, I can see some details. Alrighty, so yeah, a lot of work happening at the Super Nintendo World site here at Universal Studios Hollywood. A lot more details are starting to pop up, like all that rock work and the prefab that is being attached and of course carved out on the concrete shell around the land. It's really cool to see all of this being put together. And I think very soon here, we're gonna see some of the scaffolding come down. Maybe in the next 2 or 3 months, we'll see some of the scaffolding come down, which will reveal a lot of that detail work around Super Nintendo World. Another portion I've noticed is that scaffolding's gone up around the entrance tube into the land, the one and only entrance and exit, at least that we know of. There could be another one, but I think that is the only entrance and exit to the land. But scaffolding has gone up, so that means detail work on that particular piece is gonna be happening soon. So that means start seeing some of those green tube pieces show up on site, or maybe they're already on site and they haven't, you know, obviously they're in a spot that is not visible from this particular vantage point. Oh, look at this over at the Simpsons ride. It looks like they've taken down all the scaffolding on this particular side of the attraction and it's all nice and vibrant. Look at that. But look at this, scaffolding has gone up on this side. I wonder if they're gonna go over here. This seems really vibrant already. I don't really think it needs that much of a paint job. If anything, maybe just the top, but yeah, maybe they're just getting the sides. Now, just because the scaffolding has come down, that does not mean the attraction is open just yet. Yeah, the projected opening date for this attraction is March 29th. All right, let's hit up the lower lawn. Oh, wow, yeah, look at this. A lot of progress down here behind the Revenge of the Mummy for the other Halloween Horror Nights maze. Yeah, maybe this one's gonna be the King Kong maze, you never know. Maybe it's an E.T. maze, because remember this ride before Mummy used to be E.T. Yeah, it's E.T.'s Revenge. And what's interesting this year is that usually the back half of the maze is extended out a little bit further than what it is this year. it's reversed. So this year, the very front, usually what is the entrance to that Halloween Horror Nights maze, there's a lot of work happening in the front. Now, I don't know if that is going to be the exit, and this will be the facade this year up in the front. I guess we'll find out here in the next few months. At its current state right now, this actually looks like, I mean, to me, with my Halloween Horror Nights build construction experience, I think this might be the facade over on this particular side. Just the way the lumber's being laid out right now, because the back, at least the back half of this looks a little bit more complicated and narrow. So that might be the exit. That's just my best guess, because yeah, you can see right here, there's like one particular way into the tent. So yeah, this might be the entrance. And of course, a marvelous look into the Super Nintendo world from this particular angle. Again, you can see all of that rock work being put up or carved out. I really don't know how they're doing the rock work. I don't know if they're carving it into the concrete directly or if they're prefabricated pieces that they install on the outer shell. At least that's what it looks like from a distance, but I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm not that close to the project, but nonetheless, really exciting to see all of this happen so quickly. Oh wow, that is a big oof. Look at the line for Revenge of the Mummy. I would say at least these people are gonna be waiting maybe 3 or 4 days. Now down here next to Transformers, some visible changes are slowly but surely happening. They've added some more tables and chairs, or at least they've pushed them over into this particular area in front of the Super Nintendo World construction fence, and they've closed off the area right behind Panda Express, so you can no longer sit back there, and it might be because of the construction progress. And yeah, like I said earlier, the only visible progress in this particular section of the project is the scaffolding up around the entrance and exit tube into the new land down here. There's really nothing else that I can see that stands out other than obviously the tables and chairs being moved. So I'm curious what they're going to do behind Panda Express, if they're going to do anything major, or they're just maybe doing some surface work on the concrete back there. Look at the crowds. There's so many people walking down here. And of course, they all want to ride Transformers, Jurassic World, Revenge of the Mummy, and so much more. Oh yeah, look at this. This is a doozy, 120-minute wait. All right, that's pretty much all the major details on the inside of the park. So let's head over to the Curious George surface lot and check up on that Halloween Horror Nights maze, along with the work going on the Twosomes Chocolate Emporium being built at City Walk. Now, as far as the Twosomes work at City Walk, they're doing a lot of groundwork right now, laying some foundation for maybe a patio of some sorts on the outside of the restaurant. And of course, all the doors were open in the exterior facade, so it looks like a lot of crews are inside working to very exciting things happening at Twosomes. Oh yeah, always gotta get your steps in. Always gotta get those steps in. All right, we made it over to the Curious George surface lot to check up on the Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket, the maze. And from this angle of parking structure, you can get a really good look at the facade work happening. Shout out to the crews that are building this in the heat, because it does get very hot underneath those tents. And of course, when you're out in the direct sunlight, I'm really, really excited that the progress on this is moving as fast as it is. I mean, it's incredible that they were able to build what looks like a house of some sorts in just a matter of a few weeks. And as far as the other side of the Curious George surface lot, really nothing going on as of yet. They're using it as a staging area for this particular attraction. You see all the flats right there. Now, those are not for this. I am putting money that these flats are going to be for the maze that goes in this section. I doubt they're going to be putting any more pieces on the inside, because when they were putting this one up, you can kind of tell that they already had the layout and the flats already up. So yeah, I think this is just all leftovers from years past, and they'll reuse those for a new maze in this section. Now, over time, we're going to see a lot of details going on the facade that's right behind me, which is going to be really exciting because it'll give us clues as to what this haunted house is going to be. My bets are still on that this is the Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket, the maze. So I don't know. You gotta remember, anything is possible. And if you look a little closely on this portion of the maze, it looks like that's gonna be a window. When you walk into the house, you might be in a big living room of some sorts, and that might be the window. I don't know, I guess we'll see when it eventually opens this September. Yeah, Halloween Horror Nights usually opens up in September. I'm assuming it's gonna be around the same time this year. Usually the start of September is when HHN starts here in Hollywood. I think the same goes for Orlando. I think they start maybe a weekend earlier than we do here in California. So yeah, we'll just keep an eye on it. But yeah, very exciting to see what the interior of this haunted house is gonna look like. I am beyond stoked for Halloween Horror Nights though. I cannot wait. I count down the days every single year for it. And you know, we have a few Halloween things in between. We have the Midsummer Scream and usually Reign of Terror, which is a haunted house up in Thousand Oaks. They usually do something, so it gets my fix for their year. But oh man, when August hits, I'm like ready. I am so ready for HHN here and in Orlando. I look forward to it so much. So I'm really excited to see what kind of attractions they're gonna have here this year. Again, we're gonna keep an eye on them every single week as much as I can, and we're gonna start seeing more and more detail. So again, that's gonna give us some clues as to what these haunted houses are gonna be. But with that said, we're pretty much done with Universal Studios. It's all the major happenings right now at the park. Let's head over to Knott's Berry Farm and see what's going on over there. And after 18 days in traffic, I finally made it to Knott's Berry Farm. So let's head into the park. Made it to the front entrance. Remember, Knott's Berry Farm is hosting the Boysenberry Festival this year. It runs now through April 24th, and you won't want to miss it. It's so good. There's so much entertainment as well around the park, so there's plenty to do. Now, one thing I did forget to show in my Boysenberry video, which I'll link down below if you haven't already checked that out, is that this backstage area is open for your enjoyment. They have more of the craft booths back here, as well as some tasty treats, and of course, they have some fun and games. This is the Harvest Mania. I'm assuming that you have to throw your pie piece into one of those little barrels right there, or into those baskets, I should say. Maybe you win a prize. And as you can tell behind me, this is also where you can pick up your very own boysenberry plant. You can take it home and grow your very own boysenberry everything. Oh my goodness, it's Whittles. Even Whittles is back here. Looks like he has a big old giant photo op back there too. I'll have to check it out. Oh yeah, this is a really cute photo op. The lucky boysenberry mine number 17. All claim jumpers will be in a jam. Did you get it? Jam. It's nice being back here during the day because you can get a really good view of Ghost Rider going down the hill. Because usually when we're back here, it's for Knott's Scary Farm, and it's so dark back here you can't really see anything because you never know what's lurking in the fog. But yeah, during the day we get really good views of the coaster. Oh, I think it's going up the hill right now. Such an awesome wooden roller coaster. One of my top favorite rides, I would say, in the country. This ride is so good. There it goes. Especially in the back seat, the airtime off of some of these hills is incredible. And then this finale, this helix, you pull so many laterals, it's ridiculous. If you've never been on Ghost Rider and you're coming to California, do not skip out on this. Do not. Oh, look at this. The Catawampus and its young one are back. I wonder where they went. You know, I think they were just enjoying the Boysenberry Festival on opening day. That's probably why they were gone for a minute. It's nice to see them back. Now, as far as new and exciting things coming to the park, this is the latest. Right here is a brand new pizza restaurant being built. It should be open sometime, maybe later this year or next year, depending on how fast they're moving along in the construction progress. And if they don't run into any hiccups along the way, this should be looking very, very nice here in the next few months. And in addition to that, it's gonna bring a really welcome addition as far as the culinary experience is concerned here at Knott's Berry Farm. I'm glad, oh, people are running, they're so excited. But yeah, I'm glad they're improving the dining locations here, and this one in particular definitely needed some work, so I'm glad they're addressing that. And as far as the new restrooms are concerned, no visible work as of yet. I would maybe assume in the next few months we're gonna see some vertical construction. Right now they might just be doing some plumbing work, but it's gonna be nice to have the restrooms back here. They're not just completely eliminating them, they're just putting them somewhere else. Hanging out over here by Supreme Scream. Out front it said it was closed, but it looks like it's open today. Well, at least one of the towers is. I think they're still working on the other two. Yeah, they're still working on the yellow and the green towers, so keep that in mind if you are going to wait in line for this particular attraction, because yeah, as you can see, it is a pretty lengthy wait. Made it over to Montezuma's Revenge. The train sits on its brake run. No visible progress on the attraction just yet. Don't really know when they're going to be starting on this, or maybe they already have. They do overnight work, so they can avoid just the daytime stuff because the park is open. And I'm going to be curious throughout its lengthy refurbishment if they're going to address the facade work here, the station. I wonder if they're going to paint it a different color, keep it yellow. I don't know. We'll keep an eye on it every single week. If I, obviously, if I am here every single week, we'll keep an eye on it. But yeah, I'm really excited for this to reopen sometime next year. I don't know when next year, but yeah, this is going to be a very lengthy hibernation mode for Montezuma's Revenge. Oh, look at this. Here in Camp Snoopy, you're finding some Easter eggs. Easter is rapidly approaching, if you can believe it. The year is already going pretty quick. But hey, I wonder if those are chocolate eggs those are just filled with something else. Or maybe they're boysenberry chocolate eggs. Yeah, you never know. Since we're at Knott's Berry Farm, that would make sense. Here's a shot of this beautiful display in the heart of Camp Snoopy. And just as an update over here, Charlie Brown is still catching rocks and Snoopy continues to catch fish. Alrighty, that's gonna do it for Knott's Berry Farm. I have one more stop. That's the Disneyland Resort. Let's head over to downtown Disney and check up on all that work happening there. Yeah, on the way out here, you can see how busy the park really is. They filled this particular section of the parking lot, which, yeah, when you know you gotta park back here, it's busy. By the way, Soak City off there in the distance opens May 21st. At least that's what it says on the calendar. So save the date, making that lovely walk down to downtown Disney. There's a nice breeze happening right now too. I love that. And just like that, we've made it to downtown Disney. Side note, I've mentioned this before, but I love that this security check is now open. When you walk along this pathway, you don't have to walk all the way around all these buildings towards the Disneyland Hotel to enter through downtown Disney. This is a lot easier. I love this. Okay, just walking into downtown Disney, I gotta do like a Jurassic Park moment where he's taking off his sunglasses. It's pretty gnarly what's in front of me, how much they've demolished of the AMC Theater. The only building that stands is the Earl of Sandwich building. Pretty incredible. Yeah, this is like night and day difference. It's so funny how it changes the entire look when the AMC Theater building isn't here. Like, it's pretty incredible. It's, wow. Yeah, so shout out to the crews taking down that building. You guys did it pretty quick. Oh, and look at this. From this angle, I can see the back end of the Earl of Sandwich building has been torn out too. So all that stands is the facade of the building. Wow. Yeah, I wonder how far they're gonna go back into the parking lot that's back there. There's a big surface lot on the other side of this construction project. So yeah, I'm wondering how far the new monorail. Here comes the monorail. Ooh yeah, monorail would be a really good view of all of this happening. We'll have to ride it next time in the next update. But yeah, you know, it'd be nice if if the district bends down that way, some more shopping and dining towards the Paradise Pier Hotel. And that's another thing I really wanted to talk about just for a brief second was the Paradise Pier Hotel. There's a lot of rumors going around that they might change it to a Toy Story themed hotel. And I've been saying this for a very long time, ever since they've opened up Pixar Pier, and I hope that they retheme that hotel to something more in the liking of the pier that is there now, because it doesn't really make sense and it doesn't really blend in. So the Imagineers could really do something cool if they retheme the hotel and make it a Pixar theme. They can obviously do some exterior work on the facade to make it blend in a little bit better with the pier right now. Yeah, and with that, I think that is gonna do it for today's theme park update here in Southern California. It was nice to be able to cover everything. Well, not everything. We covered a lot though, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, go ahead and smash the thumbs up button. And if you're new to the channel and you love these updates here in Southern California and all the theme parks, hit that subscribe button and notification bell to stay up to date on every time I post a new video. I also have an Instagram page. I'll leave that link down below in the description. Be sure to follow that because I post updates there all the time, and I don't really post those kind of updates here on YouTube. So if you're not already following me there, be sure to do so by following the link down below. But it was a beautiful spring day here in Southern California. Not too hot and not too cold. It was just right. And of course, that nice breeze later on in the evening like this, or late afternoon, is really nice. But until next time, I hope you guys have a beautiful day, morning, evening, whatever it is. And I'll see you next time in the parks. Bye.